Welcome, Never Betters, to my YouTube channel. I'm Susan, and this is Buddy Sherman. We are so grateful you're here. So today I've prepared a 45-minute Power Vinyasa Flow yoga class for you, all about movement and message. In the flow, we're going to move in and out of different variations of stargazer pose. The message is about how creating boundaries can help create freedom in your life. I hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, hit that thumbs up, push the bell for future notifications, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now let's get after the best version of you today. If you follow me at Never Better Yoga on Spotify, we're going to go ahead and push the start button for today's playlist all together right now. Then come with me right to the top of your mat. Feet are going to be to the width of your hips. And I just want you to rise up on the balls of your feet. Lower your heels down one at a time. Pull the toes of each one of your feet up. So just go side to side. Yeah, just pull up the toes so you're letting them flare out, pulling shoulders up and back. Keep drawing and flaring the toes out. And then soften the knees, pop the heels again. Now with bent knees, raise your arms up, lower your heels down, straighten your legs. Right hand, left wrist, side bend. Yeah, get a nice stretch right from the beginning of your practice today. V your arms as you look up, and then left hand, right wrist, lean up and over to the left. Beautiful side bends. Now go ahead and lace your hands in that Kali Mudra style. Index fingers go long behind your back. Retract your shoulders, slide your hands down, and just shift your gaze up. Now neutralize your spine and capture one hand on each forearm behind your back and physically pull apart your forearm so that widens your collarbone. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Now keep the left shoulder blade down and get a nice stretch on the left side of your neck. Draw your chin towards your chest, looking down at your toes. Pick your toes, just your toes up. Flare them out. Look down at your feet. Set your toes back down, spreading them nice and wide in your stance. Stretching the back side of the neck at the same time. Left ear toward left shoulder. And as you pull your forearms apart, you get that stretch on the right side. And then come back to neutral. Tip your gaze up just gently, not too super strained, but just gently lift your heart, your chest, your gaze, stretching the throat chakra. Now release that connection, just bend your knees, just kind of shake it out forward and back. If you want to rock on your feet, do that too, but shake out anything that could possibly hinder your practice today. And then go ahead and take a soft bend. Reach your arms out and up on the inhalation. On the exhalation, draw your hands to heart center, close your eyes, draw your chin to your chest. And before we begin to flow today, knowing that as we take the privilege of setting boundaries in our lives, we create freedom for ourselves. So letting your yes be yes and your no be no. Draw into your heart a single-minded purpose for your practice today. Could be a wish, could be a prayer, perhaps an intention for someone that's on your heart and mind. Just draw that purpose in. Once you have your intention for today's practice, offer it up with your eyes open. Part the sky, hinge, bend, and fold as you bow over your legs. Now stay in the fold, heel toe your feet all the way to the width of your mat. Put a softness in your knees and go back to the forward and back rock. So I want you to pop your heels up. And then rock back on both heels, pulling your toes up. So your knees can be bent, just cascading down at the waistband to find that fold. Working the feet back and forth, drawing your navel in to protect your spine. Now let your breath move in and out through your nose. Then with your feet planted and solid, just shake your head out. Anything that's troubling you, any kind of angst or worry, just let it spill from in between your ears right out onto your mat. Drawing a yes back in, knowing that what we have is right here and now, practicing the presence of being in this place, this space, and drawing that intention in, right into your practice. You can move it through each of your breaths as you move on your mat today, knowing you are exactly where you belong. Now hold up, pop the right heel up, right hand in the center of your mat. You're going to twist open to the left. Now pull the right hip back if you want to take a half bind with the left hand, either on the small of your back or maybe even the top of the right thigh. Now rock forward and back, keeping the right heel lifted. So it's just a slight shift. Your right hand could be on a block. You could use your fist. You could tent your finger pads. But work the twist. Now release that, lower that right heel down back to the fold. Take a halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana in a wide-legged fold. Elbows go wide. Pull yourself together as you draw in. Do that again. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, breathe out, hinge, bend, and fold. One more time. Halfway lift, tabletop style with your back. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Stay in the fold. Pop the left heel up. Pull the left hip back. Left hand down. Pivot and twist open to the right. Now, right hand, right hip. Maybe right arm extended, stacking your shoulders, or maybe you're interested in that half bind today, either wrapping the right hand on top of the left thigh or the small of your back. And then make that shift forward and back, just a couple of inches, just very slight. Letting your breath create that clarity inside your head, moving your breath in and out through your nose. Now release that connection. Pull your heels in, toes out, drop your hips down, coming into Malasana, right at the top of your mat. Hands draw into heart center. So Brené Brown, this is how she says it. Compassionate people ask for what they need. They say no when they need to, but when they say yes, they mean it. They're compassionate because their boundaries keep them out of resentment. Now lift out of the inner thighs. Really press your palms together. And then from here, stand all the way up with your legs straightening. Hook your thumbs. Kick your heels out. Parallel your legs as you open the front body. Now, just standing at the top of your mat, right hand, left wrist, sneak the left foot behind the right for a little curtsy side bend. Back to the center, V the arms, left hand, right wrist, right foot behind the left. Bend as the knees come together. Lift up and over to the left. Back to the center, hook your thumbs, open the front body again. Exhale, hinge, bend, and fold right over your legs. Take a halfway lift. Step back into downward facing dog. So in your down dog, start to pedal through your feet. Now, if your down dog doesn't work for you today for whatever reason, you could always be down on your hands and knees. You could always put blocks under your hands. Use your fists, even your forearms. So find a place that serves you today and just use your posture to pedal through a little bit. Maybe it's side to side, but breathe. And then shift into high plank pose, or if you're on your knees, you're just going to lower all the way down to your belly prone. Take your arms out to a T, so they're going to extend right out from your shoulders. You're going to bend your right leg. Slip your right hand, tented finger pads in, and push yourself up and over onto the left hip. Using the right foot as a kickstand, take the right arm up and back to open your front body. Yeah, let your body experience freedom. Now maybe you capture hand to foot for a little Chapasana variation. And then nice and slowly release it and come back prone with your arms extended out from your shoulders. Now the same thing on the opposite side. Bend the left leg. Bring your hand in, push up and over onto the right hip as the left arm reaches up and back. So you're opening your front body, maybe capturing hand and foot for that Chapasana connection. Breathe. Now come back to the center. Bring your hands right alongside your ribs for Cobra. Lift the heart up. Breathe in. Lower back down. Breathe out. Push up and back. Child's pose. Hips toward heels. And bow your head down. Now know that at any time during your practice today, should you have a purpose to rest, no questions asked, just find their way or find your way to this posture, child's pose, Balasana. So bringing your purpose into your mind right now, that single-minded intention, maybe it's a boundary that you're working on in your life to guard your heart and protect. Now rise up, hands and knees. Go chin, chest, belly. Slither down. Scoop your heart through. Maybe up dog, maybe cobra. Tuck your toes under. Rock up and back, down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet at the back of your mat. Taking a halfway lift. Feet are the width of your hips. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out, pull yourself together. Rise all the way up to standing at the back of the house. Pull your hands to heart center and lift the right leg up into crane. Now, left hand is going to cross over to the right shin. Right arm's going to reach back, standing nice and tall. Now, when you come back, just carry the right leg over the left for standing pigeon at the back of the mat. So the left hip draws back. Really activate the sole of the right foot and open the right hip through the hip joint, not the knee. Beautiful. Now, brush and sweep the right leg back. Your wings are going to sweep back as you dive, a little spirit dive. And then walk out, three-legged down dog, rolling open at the right hip. Bend the knee, flex the foot, spread the toes. Right knee, right tricep, nice and high. Lower it down to the right wrist. Windshield, wipe it over to the left. Pull it up to the left tricep. Sweep the right leg up and back, roll open at the hip. Knee to nose, one time. Step it forward. Let the back knee come down and offer your arms up. Breathe in. Tee your arms on top. Breathe out. Pull back. Collect your hands at heart center. Ring it out. Left upper arm on the outside of the right front thigh. Tuck your left toes under. Pop your left kneecap up. Now, come around nice and slow to a wide-legged fold, Sardopadottanasana. Take a halfway lift. Exhale, pull your elbows wide and draw yourself into the fold. Now, root to rise, come on up. Pull your heels in, toes out, gaze up, stargazer, look up. Warrior two, front of the house. Pivot to the front of the house. Get the right knee tracking over the second and third toe. Root down through the outer edge of the back foot. So get that alignment. Really bend into the right front leg. Extend your arms. Let the tips of your shoulder blades draw together. Flip both palms, straighten the right leg. Look up. Collect your hands overhead. Exhale, press back down. Do that again. Inhale, rise up, breathe in, look up. Exhale, press back down. One more time. Inhale, rise up, breathe in, look up. Exhale, press back down. Turn it back to stargazer. Heels in, toes out, gaze up. Now, rainbow, right hand, left shin, twist open to the back of the house, lifting the left arm up. Now, nice and slow, pivot around, heel toe the right foot all the way to the outside edge of your mat. Dip your left knee down. Now, work the outer edge of the right foot as the left hip sinks. You can work that maha, pinky edge side of the right foot, opening up that inner thigh. Just kind of a little massage for the hips. So Henry Cloud has written that book titled Boundaries. He says we change our behavior when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of changing. Whoo! Consequences give us the pain that motivates us to change. So setting boundaries is not an easy thing. I know for myself, people pleasing is something that I've had and deal with, and Saying no is never easy because you never want to disappoint anybody else. Now open up with your heart, lifting, maybe reaching back to a bent left leg with the right hand, just another option. And then right hand comes down, left kneecap lifts up. Come to a wide fold at the top of your mat. The left leg joins the right. Halfway lift, breathe in, top of the house now. Exhale, hinge, bend, and fold. Heel toe your feet all the way together. Root to rise, bring energy to your practice, lift up. Right hand, left wrist, left foot behind the right side, bend. Inhale, back up, left hand, right wrist, right foot behind the left, side bend. Now come back to the center, take a brush and a sweep, and lift the right leg up into crane. Come back down, brush and sweep, bent knees, arms sweep back, lift up, left leg crane. Now, sweep away, flying tree to the side. Right leg lifts up and over. Exhale, brush and sweep the cobwebs out of the attic, any static in the attic, any stinking thinking, rise up. Exhale, brush and sweep. Now, get a little more energy. Lift the right leg. Fly the tree. Sweep and brush. Lift the left leg. Keep it going. Brush and sweep. Rise up. Breathe in. Coming right up out of the water. Lift up. Rise up. Breathe in. So any boundaries that you can set in your life, they bring you freedom. Sweep away any of the things that you say yes to that you don't really mean you want to say yes. Learn to let your yes be yes and your no be no. Keep it going. One more time, each side. And then hold up at the top of your mat. Hands to heart center. Keep bowing down as you hinge, bend, and fold. Vinyasa flow. Step or float back, lowering down, rising up, back bend of choice, exhaling up and back, down dog. Walking your hands back to your feet at the back of your mat. Heel toeing your feet to the width of your hips if they're not. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, hear your breath, breathe out. Physically pull yourself together on the fold. Rise up, stand tall at the back of the house. Hands together at heart center. Lift the left leg up for crane. Balancing on the right leg at the back of your mat. Now, right hand crosses over to the left shin. Either left hand, left hip, or extend the left arm back. Oh, beautiful options. Now, carry that left leg across. Hands to heart center. Standing pigeon. Brush and sweep your wings back with a bent right leg. Spirit dive down as the left leg lifts. Walk out, three-legged down dog. Roll open at the left hip. Now, left knee, left tricep, nice and high. Lower it down to the wrist. Windshield over to the right wrist. Pull it up to the right tricep. Sweep the left leg up and back. Roll open at the hip. Knee to nose one time. Step that left foot of yours forward. Dip the right knee down. Offer your arms up. Breathe in. Tee the arms. Breathe out. Now, collect your hands at heart center. Pull the right hip over the right knee and then wring it out on the twist. So right upper arm gets to the outside of that left front thigh. Use it if you can for leverage. Tuck your right toes under turn it into twisted crescent. Now, nice and slow, stay low, bring it around to Pasardo-Padottanasana, wide-legged fold. Walk your hands in between as you bow your head down. Now reverse it, walk your hands in the opposite direction. It's almost like traction. And as you come back, put your hands on your shins. Halfway lift. Exhale, pull yourself together as the elbows go wide. Now rise all the way up. Pull your heels in, toes out, gaze up. Stargazer. Look up. Draw the tips of your shoulders on the back side of your body. Heels are in, toes are out, gaze is up. Now, warrior two, front of the house. Left leg is in front. Flip both palms, straighten the left leg. Breathe in, press your palms together overhead. Exhale, press back down. Do that again, build that heat. Knit your ribs in, breathe in, look up. Exhale, press back down. One more time. Inhale, rise up, breathe in, look up. Exhale, press back down and hold. Take another stargazer. Heels in, toes out, gaze up. Spread your fingers wide. Turn it into rainbow. Left hand, right shin, right arm lifts. Now stay low, heel toe as you kind of crawl around to the front of your mat. Left foot all the way to the outside of the left side of your mat. Dip the right knee down. Right hand stays down. Work open that left hip of yours. Maybe hand on the inside of the thigh. Work the pinky edge side. And breathe. Whoo, so open the hip. If you want more, sweep that left arm back. Bend the right leg and catch it with your hand as you take the tips of your ears back and your hips dip. Now release that connection. Pop the right kneecap up. Come to a wide-legged fold at the top of your mat. Heel toe, maybe your feet even a little bit further apart, whatever it takes for you to get peace fingers on your big toes. Inhale, pull them up, halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, elbows go wide, pull yourself together on the fold. Shake anything out that creeps into your head. Any kind of angst. We get what we tolerate. Let the halfway lift help you breathe into that tabletop style. Exhale, hinge and fold, maybe a deeper expression of the pose. Release your big toes, heel toe your feet all the way together and come into Utkatasana chair pose at the top of the house. Tips of your fingers right alongside your feet. This time on the way up, left hand, left hip, right hand, right shin. Maybe it's peace fingers around the big toe. Extend it out. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, left arm lifts, breathe in. Open it up, variation B. Carry that right leg across, standing pigeon, top of the mat. Hands to heart center, left hip back, open the right hip through the hip joint. Brush and sweep your wings back. Spirit dive. This time, step back, modified revolve lunge. Right hand down, left arm lifts. Up and around, second warrior. Turn it in to stargazer. Heels in, toes out, gaze up. Rainbow, back of the house, right hand, left shin, right arm lifts. Now, crawl, slither, move to the front of the mat. Gaze over the left big toe. Float up, half moon pose. Maybe catching that right hand to the right foot for that Shavasana connection. Releasing it to L shape. Barrel roll around, right hand down, left arm lifts, revolved half moon with a possible Shavasana connection, left hand, right foot. Release, bend the left leg, stretch the right leg back, modified revolve lunge again. Now, turn it in to side plank. You could either carry the left shin coming onto the pinky edge side of the right foot and do a little tree style. You could stargaze it out in your side plank, and then maybe a back bend. Bring it around, vinyasa flow. Maybe it's knees, chin, chest, belly, heart scoops forward. Take it up and back, down dog, beautiful. Now walk your feet together and in about 6 inches to shorten your dog. Now elevate your heels up, breathe in, look at your hands. Your feet are gonna land outside your pinky fingers in Malasana. Now bend your knees, knees go wide, hips to heels. Step, hop, float, fly, feet to the outside of your pinky fingers, Malasana. Now either stay here or come right into Kakasana, crow pose. A little crow balancing on your hands, bringing the edges of your feet together. Landing back in Malasana. Now, can you lift out of your inner thighs? Press your palms together. Rise up, breathe in, hook your thumbs, open the front body. Exhale, come back down. 2 more, root to rise, come back up, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Last time, root to rise. This time, stay standing, soften your elbows, open your heart. Heel toe your feet together. Bring your hands to heart center. Chin toward chest, eyes closed. Reset your purpose, knowing that as you create boundaries in your life, sometimes when you start to activate boundaries and tell people you've been telling yes, no, it's not an easy process. But know that as you learn to create and guard your heart, and let any kind of negative, toxic energy or people that might pull you in a direction that is not serving you, rather than saying yes and not really meaning it, and then you turn that yes into resentment, let's practice no. It is a full sentence, no explanation required. Offer your arms up, sit back into that imaginary chair. Brush the tips of your fingers alongside your feet. Left hand, left hip, carry the right shin up. Perhaps it's peace fingers around the big toe on the left foot. Right arm rises, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana extended, hand to big toe. Open up on the variation B to the side. Cross and carry that left leg over, standing pigeon right at the top of your mat. Pull your hands to the center of your heart. Brush and sweep your wings back for that spirit dive. Now step back, modified revolve lunge. Left hand down, right arm lifts, twist open. Bring it up and around, second warrior. Root down through the outer edge of the left foot. Stargazer, heels in, toes out, gaze up. Now right hand, left shin, open up to the back, rainbow. Stay low. Float up. Pivot the right foot to the front of the house. Float up. Half moon posture. Right toes forward. Left toes to the left side of the house. Flex, floint, or point that left foot. Maybe reaching back for that Shavasana connection. Release it to that L shape. Barrel roll around. Revolved half moon. Right arm lifts. Left inner thigh lifts. Maybe catching the right hand to the left foot. Release that connection, L shape. Bend the right leg, step back to that low lunge. Left hand down, pivot to the pinky edge side of the left foot. Coming around for side plank, a little variation. Maybe right hand, right shin. Maybe you want to flip it. Bring it around and move through vinyasa, your style, your choice. Lowering down, inhaling up, exhaling back, down dog. Pop your heels up, bend your knees. Cross the right leg over the left. Come all the way onto your bottom in the middle of the mat with your legs lifted up, high boat. Breathe, high boat. Now lower down to low boat, hover. Let the oars of your boat hover, pull up. Right shin pulls in with both of your hands lacing around it, lift up. Lower down to hover, left shin pulls in. Lift up, breathe in, you've got this. Now move it out, lower down. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Move it out, breathe. Now go ahead and hold up, high boat. Plant your feet, hands go back, thumbs in, pinky fingers out. Roll the shoulder heads up and back, reverse tabletop. Lower your bottoms down, straighten your legs out, extend them as you flex your feet, forearms come down, fish pose, let the heart lift up. Slide your arms down, bring your legs up, Viparita Karani, palms down, head down, legs up. Now, take your hands, index fingers and thumbs together so it creates, looks like a leaf a little bit. Take that shape and put it right under your sacrum. So you lift your hips up, keep that shape right under the small of your back. Now, right leg hovers, left leg stays lifted. Make a switch. Now move it out, switch, switch, switch side to side. Scissor the legs, activate the core, draw the navel into the spine. Somebody breathe. Now hold your legs up and scissor right and left. So front to back, inner thighs work. Now flex your feet, do the same thing. Point your toes, keep the scissors going. Now hold up in the center with flexed feet. Hands are still underneath. Lift up, remove your hands, come back to Viparita Karani. AKA legs up the wall pose. Now as you bend your knees, plant your feet, palms down, head down, hands down. Lift your hips up. Maybe you inch your shoulders together and lace your hands. Setubandha bridge pose. Breathe. Now release that connection. Find happy baby. rocking side to side. Yeah, just find that shift. And then go ahead and let the left foot plant, rock the right half a happy baby over, maybe capturing, it could be the calf, could be the sole of the foot. Levitate the left leg or the right leg straight, and then on the exhale, pull it back down. So the right thigh bone is to the outside of the right rib cage of yours. Inhale it up. Exhale, pull it back down. Now hold right there. If you want more, straighten the left leg out. If you want more than that, left hand to the outside of the right foot. Dive up and under as the right leg extends. Now bend the right leg, both hands on the shin. Wrap it across with the left hand helping to assist. Tee the right arm and work the rotation. Let your inhale create the space. Let your exhale dive right into that space you create. We create space just like we create boundaries. Boundaries to guard our hearts. Now, come back to happy baby. If you want to try a different variation, maybe you sneak your arms inside and wrap your hands to the outside edges of your feet. You could always just hang on to the outsides of your legs, but see if you can get your tailbone to lower down closer towards the earth, and just rock your happy baby to the right and to the left. Then as you release the right foot, it's going to have your heel towards your right sit bone. Hands lace either on the sole of the left foot or just pull the left leg down to the outside of the left rib cage. On the exhalation, draw that left thigh bone down. On the inhalation, extend that left leg of yours up. Exhale, clear out your breathing channel, lower down. Inhale, rise up, coming out of the water. This time, exhale, pull down and hold. Now, if you want more, again, right leg is going to straighten out. If you want more than that, right hand to the outside of the left foot. Left leg straightens out as you dive up and under. Bend the left leg, capture the left shin, wrap it across as you twist over to the right, maybe making a T with your left arm, or just let the left arm come alongside your body. Now, when you rotate back onto your back, just lay your entire body down and let your body settle in to the earth. Just focusing on the here and the now, remaining right here in this space, in this place, as you give yourself full and complete permission to rest. To breathe, to bask. In the here and now. Now, if there's any remaining tension in your face, the space around your eyes, soften it down consciously. Any wrinkles in your forehead, smooth them out. Now, if it serves you today to turn the video off, I invite you to do so and just stay in this Shavasana posture, perhaps 5, 10, 15, even 20 minutes. But if you're coming with me, just bring movement back to your fingers and your toes. Just slowly inviting your restored, renewed self back into your day. The self that takes that courage to create boundaries in our life. And let our yes be yes and mean it when we say yes, because it is what we want to do, what we should do, the right thing to do. And let our no be no when we know it's what the right thing to do is. Not being double-minded, being tossed to and fro, but simplifying our lives, becoming a better version of ourselves by creating those boundaries which bring freedom. Bending your legs, shift over onto your side, into that fetal position, the place where it all began. The place God has gifted us the ability to live, to move, to breathe, the graces He's given us. Rise up, pushing yourself back into your day, coming to a sweet seat. Sweeping your arms out and up on the inhale, bringing your hands to heart center on the breath out, drawing your purpose in and knowing that as you move through your week and create boundaries in your life, that you find freedom, which helps you display and be the best version of you. With that peace, that clarity, and that love, we can then share it. Let's look up and finish off with one Om to Home. Sip it in. Om. Now go on out and be a blessing. Namaste.